Surprise dashes into pressure from Lionel come out, especially here in the corner, where he looks like he has a great understanding of the normals of Joker. And there's that 1-2 I was talking about, doing it at a range where you see him whiff a stand 1, and you think that it's your turn to press a button, and then that 2 comes in a large arcing mid. And he's got a lot of people with that, but Ramirez has seen it a couple times before. The defense has looked a little more solid. Not gonna matter here, because it's gonna be an awful lot of damage. Besides which, anyway,
it is.
Oh, maybe we're in VU, but we got American resets, baby. And that is death.
Yeah, that was just incredibly cheeky, wasn't it? Mr. Ramirez getting caught by that one. At least he doesn't have to worry about it in this round. So Lionel, not afraid to pull out what we mentioned earlier on, just high-level gimmicks, I guess.
Oh, the full swing out of the goal. We talked about, you know, since we were just on stages, we were above the arena, or the Coliseum, and now we find ourselves below.
This is, yeah, it's poetic. Boiling point at 25%.
Slowly making that approach, and beautiful use of putting something active out there once Joker gets in range, right? And a big drop, though. But that's okay. Joker's not going to be punishable there or there. Wow. Beautiful flawless block. And this is going to put him in a very dangerous situation if Ramirez can close it out now. And he does with the back throw. And the bacon bits on top of this salad. I thought he put him back in the corner.
Final round.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Mr. Ramirez is kind of just playing at like Mach 5 right now. That last round was just lightning quick, you know, really unafraid to do things. And oh, yeah, exactly, with Scarlet, of all characters. Nice 32% cash out right there for Lionel. Up 3, not going to work out for Mr. Ramirez, but still has this portion of the screen to work with. It's a lot of space.
Oh my goodness. That's the second time he did that earlier as well in this matchup, where he just fully let the boxing glove rip off block, and it just caught Ramirez on the reversal. That's Lionel, I think, having a read on when Ramirez wants to press buttons on defense right now.
Yeah,
and
hopefully.
It's probably hard for her to punish that, huh?
Oh my god, speaking of punishes, just weaving out of distance slightly, and then weaving back in for the 4-2 and 2 KB. 42% and the corner carry right now. Mr. Ramirez in a very dangerous position.
Oh, that did like 20% though. Life in all of the buttons, no commitment, and the throw still works out for Lionel Ramirez. I don't know what he just got lost in, but it was some serious sauce.
It really was. Lionel going to tie things up 1-1, going back and forth pretty much as we saw at the beginning of this top 8 between both these players. And, you know, I like this because Lionel, being that newcomer to the top 8 bracket, you know, being really just kind of the newcomer to the IKK and in that public eye, so to speak, he's able to hang with the best over here in this region, right? Like, I mean, he's displaying that, like going constantly back and forth and beating the players that he's beaten earlier on.
And this is not an easy region because you have to get through all of Russia every single week.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And Russia is a dominant Mortal Kombat force on that side of the globe, really globally. But, you know, in a competitive aspect, they get to play guys from EU all the time, whether it be East or West, and a lot of these community events as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they put in work.
And it's like you gotta fight against, you know, the Greek players as well in EU East, and they're no slouches. 2 of them in the top 8. I mean, one of them already pretty much in a good spot to be in regional finals as well with Nivek. But
yeah,
you know,
3 of them almost in finals.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you guys liked what you've seen, you'll probably see a lot more of it in the regional finals, in the final week 8 of the series, because it looks like it's going to be, you know, maybe 1 or 2 guys in there, but I want to see Greece versus Russia in the finals.
Yeah, it'll be interesting right there. No proper punish. I think doing the forward 1-4 just a little bit too early. Lionel let that one slip through his fingers. Great confirm off that down one. Anti-air.
This has been about the only thing that Lionel's had trouble dealing with, has been this full screen presence and active frames of the blood bubble, which can be tricky, especially online, because you think it might be over your head, you come up and it clocks you, restands you for a ton of damage, but up close he has been a monster.
Yeah, that's true. Mr. Ramirez is, you know, really just kind of playing this game plan exactly as he wants. No confirm right there from Lionel. Just straight away dialing in the 4-2 and 2. He's getting some damage on the table, but he confirms this time. Mr. Ramirez has a defensive bar to work with. Double down 2. It's unbreakable.
Just got sucked in by the 2-1-2 there. Either's gonna be staggering or whiffing. They got clipped. Scarlett's got some big old range of her own. That's what I like about this matchup. It's a battle of some big old normals, Vulcan.
Yeah, that it is. Okay, oh, got the jump in. Didn't believe, though. Jack in the Box, you can see Mr. Ramirez's health is slowly whittling down. It is in danger territory. Down for it. Into the Jack in the Box. Big whiff punish right there.
Whiffing for 20 years, that bag, too.
Fight.
1-1. One round apiece right now. And he got the teleport out in time. Oh, my goodness. Entering the Matrix on the Jack in the Box is Mr. Ramirez here.
For sure. Now we're going to see a side switch over here. He's going to cash out in the 1-2-1. Mr. Ramirez forced off of the defensive bar right there.
It failed. I'd be sweating right now. Just trade the Jack in the Box. Interesting trade right there. And a beautiful stand one anti-airs. They do exist.
They are real. Confirmed right here. 30% in the corner. Pushback situation. Holding out the parry, but didn't hold it out for long enough as Lionel is going to be taking this game right here. Now taking the lead in the set at 2-1.
Both of these guys keep flipping each other by... And I've seen it an awful lot here, Falcon. They keep whiffing in front of each other's faces, but committing to strings, and it keeps getting the other one to press.
Yeah, for sure. Like, we're seeing just so much of it constantly. I mean, even just in this set alone, we've seen Mr. Ramirez just triple backdash against forward 2-2 and just get a clean whiff punish off that. But this is like, when Ramirez is playing the full screen game, it really does feel like everything, the ball is in his court. He's playing very comfortably. He's controlling that side of the screen and able to just do what he wants to do with Scarlet. Teleport against Jack in the Box on reaction every time, just really just open up that space and do what she does best. But every time Lionel's in, it's so hard.
This is what we saw in Game 5 last time, was Ramirez going to Sindel to close it out in the clutch moments, and he's been put there in an earlier position here this time around.
Yeah, and Sindel didn't quite work out for Mr. Ramirez earlier on in the winners finals, but this is definitely a chance at redemption. Worked against Lionel before, definitely riding on this last hope to try and close out this set and prevent Lionel from advancing on to the grand finals.
And we'll see if Sindel can do something different here. Where Ramirez was in charge last time, what was the full screen game? And I mean, here we go. Combo off projectile this time around. Can he keep Joker out? Any better, any differently, or the same? Like, I'm really curious why the switch to Sindel is coming, right?
It might be a comfort pick thing, but we do know he plays a lot of Scarlet too, so it's hard to really guess. I mean, maybe just the low Star Screamer would help a lot in the matchup. Maybe the Air Banshee is just favorable for the damage payoff, but
also, if you think about a forward 4 in any situation where you press the Scarlet button, you're like, man, Sindel's forward 4 would be pretty good right here.
Yeah. Okay, doesn't get much more off the combo. Gonna cancel into the 1-2-3. Ramirez being patient through all of this pressure. You can tell the Kapow is definitely a fish for the flawless block attempt right there. And Ramirez being ever so vigilant, getting a forward throw, but not enough damage to close it out. One more projectile will do it.
Oh,
what a block!
This is going to cost him everything. There's
he was
almost
so
no
patient
reason to go for that there. Yeah, there's almost no reason to go for that unless you do a miscalculation in your brain that it is going to chip out. But he still had 2 bars of defensive meter right there. That was pure...
Round 2.
Savagery, really.
It really was. I mean, that was an incredibly costly drop right there for Ramirez. It put like Lionel onto set point right here in losers finals.
Is that showing us that Ramirez is the one feeling the pressure right now, and that the young and up-and-comer, I don't even know, he could be really old, but newcomer here to the tournament. Not the one to fall apart in the run back that they lost? Or did winners finals shake Ramirez enough? Himself in this position, the back is to the wall. Nice pick-up button there. The challenge, but only gets 183. And this is both matchups for Ramirez. Oh, damage! One mistake against Joker costs you all of your life. Meanwhile, you're just chipping away at him.
And Ramirez opting not to spend the breakaway over there as well. Okay, dash in throw. Does he have that KB? He does not. Backing off, definitely looking for an amplified scream at the right space, but a forward check. Tried to get the confirm. No belief.
He's alive.
Yeah, just about keeping himself alive over there.
Fight.
When in doubt, forward out.
There you go.
4-3.
Guys, forward 4 is a button that you can sit back and say, is there ever a bad time not to do it? No. Just one of those buttons that is There's no downside to it whatsoever.
Oh
down
my
two.
goodness.
Looked like a throw attempt from Lionel, and all of a sudden, a couple of big aggressive swings, a nasty whip punish on top of it. Ramirez is back in charge.
Yeah, Lionel's getting way too antsy right now, playing a little bit impatient. Mr. Ramirez is finding so many individual hits that are amounting to so much right now as he's got a dominant health lead to work with. Joker not having Fatal Blow is a really good thing for Mr. Ramirez right now, as that back two into the stand two is going to close it out, tying things up 2-2 with the brutality.
And off with his head. This was looking pretty down and out for Ramirez early on in the Sindel pick, but makes the comeback happen. It took some really big reads, couple crushing blows here and there. And it was after he risked it all with that down one hair flip. I feel like that was the final nail in his coffin here tonight, but proving us all wrong, staying alive, and another game 5 between these two.
Yeah, honestly, and I think this is very fitting for just a loser's finals set. Both these guys hungry to get into the grand finals to play off against K-Top as well, our lone Greek representative surviving in this bracket.
The Joker.
As both these players hailing from Russia are going to be the last hope for Russia over here in week 7. And 2-2. I mean, I really do feel like Lionel was just getting really impatient in that last game. Like, he had something good going for him. He had the momentum. Effectively, he had Mr. Ramirez's morale after that costly drop, right? But then he got way too impatient, and you could tell Ramirez just smelled blood in the water.
Yeah, a lot of stray hits that we weren't seeing before. And, you know, it wasn't a lot of stray hits overall. It was just they were all kind of back-to-back, and Lionel really turned up the heat himself, but just kept running into active frames of Sindel. Maybe some little patience this time around here in game 5. And oh my goodness! Oh, way to start here for Ramirez. Every Sindel player's wet fantasy start of a match right there, that's for sure.
That's very true. 31% to start things off. But kept it unbreakable as well, you know. I'm sort of questioning that. I would have thought that just going for the air banshee confirm while standing would be more of a damage cash out as well.
Low screams. And man, just like in the last round 2, just whipping on that pressure, but Ramirez has made reads on it. Lionel does a lot of dash pressure. And
That's very true.
If movement back is solid, you can definitely force it because Lionel is pre-committed in a lot of those situations.
He is. Now this back throw is going to open up a lot of space. The amplified scream is going to be just about enough damage to catch Lionel in the approach. Mr. Ramirez looking to sweep this one underneath Lionel's feet right here and take this to get the run back against K-Top. Looking real good. And Lionel looking a little bit flustered.
Gonna need some serious damage. Wants to make this comeback happen right now. Ramirez just avoided it really well. No commitment to the teleport in right there out of Ramirez. He's actually keeping the distance versus going in this time around. Or just didn't expect it to work.
Oh.
And there's that whiff again. He's so pre-committed, letting the entire 492 frames of whiff recovery rip out there to neutral.
Okay, the fourth we're going to connect delay throw as well. Gets the escape failed. This is a very scary situation to be in. Honestly, for both players, even though you have a massive health lead, but that back two is going to be enough. And that KB?
Oh no. This comeback is just chip away forward 4, and Ramirez has done it. The comeback, 2 straight games, the switch to Sindel, surviving a scare, going down match point off of a huge mistake, survives another day to take a sip, move on to grand finals to get the run back with K-Top.
Honestly.
That was awesome, but we can say a lot of things about both players in that, right? We definitely saw the kind of breakdown of the game plan there. Joker, you saw too many times whiffing in those final 2 games, being too aggressive, being too pre-committed to full strings versus being a little more patient, looking for the ranges a little bit more, maybe stare at your opponent a little bit longer, make sure that you're in the ranges of those things. Don't overcommit to the entire thing unless you've got something pre-buffered. Then it's kind of out of your hands. But that was about the biggest thing I saw, was that the spacing finally broke down for him towards the end.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Mr. Ramirez is like, just his awareness of the spacing and everything was just so on point throughout the entire set. And really just coming back with that, it just was so clean. But before we can get into the grand finals, we want to give a quick shout outs as well to our audio presenting partner, Astro Gaming, the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All our caster audio is provided by Astro for the entirety of the season, so if you've been listening to our voices throughout, you all know where it's coming from. Be sure to visit astrogaming.com, Find out more information on all of their officially licensed PlayStation's audio products available now, as you can see on the screen before you. Great headsets. Mix amps are top tier as well. Definitely recommend them. And huge shout outs to Astro in general for supporting competitive Mortal Kombat so that we can all be here in, the comfort of our own homes, engaging in tournaments.
Yes, shout outs. I've got the A40s and the A50s. Love them both, whether wired or wireless, depending on what you need at the time. This is your bracket, ladies and gentlemen. K-Top versus Mr. Ramirez in the run back. K-Top has dropped 1 game so far. We just saw the 3-0 moments ago against Mr. Ramirez. Mr. Ramirez, though, I mean, it's really hard to break this down because he's coming into this with the same exact match and momentum, I feel like, that he came into in the winners finals, aside from maybe having a little more knowledge as to what K-Top has up his sleeve for him. That's about all I can say that he's got going for him here, because K-Top is looking in form tonight. That Jackie looks to be a problem. The Sindel pick, which is what K-Top has dealt with the whole night. This is the matchup that K-Top has played against the whole night.
It is, yeah. It actually is,
every single round, every single match has been against Sindel with this scream, and he's still only lost 1 game. So is this the choice? On paper, it looks like Ramirez is betting on that.
It really seems like so, but Ramirez definitely does have a warm engine coming off of that loser's final set. Probably is feeling a bit of momentum after having made that comeback in the set.
I know. I would feel good regardless. Yeah, I would feel good
yes.
regardless, knowing that K-Top's been sitting there just chilling for a while. Meanwhile, you just survived a sweat fest, and now you're like, I've got nothing to lose. Let's swing, baby. And here we go.
Oh my god, just the absolute gonads to just dash up there. Go for the dash punch. Gets it clean confirmed. Forces the breakaway, but plus frames to work with. 1-1-2 gonna get blocked. Goes for that late grenade as well. Once again, keeping him standing into more plus frames.
Disgusting. Nice anti-air, though, to go about tie us up here for 17%. Sets neutral with the full string of the forward four. Doesn't want to be too close to Jackie. And what a quick confirm there with the 1-1. This should be, I mean, she's 950. She's dead.
Yeah, she's dead. 100%. I mean, a very, very clean confirm right there. Cashing out on the damage. Straight way to get this round. Let's hope that one doesn't come back to bite Ramirez. Getting off the fatal blow in round 1. And K-Top, he's a player that likes to use his fatal blow really much at just any given moment he feels is right. They can be very kind of out of nowhere, Yeah,
I 100% agree with that, because I watched, we were watching a UK tournament yesterday. You were actually in Falcon. We saw someone not come off that fatal blow to get a guaranteed kill in round 1. Ended up falling apart after that, which was unfortunate.
Yeah. It really be like that, I mean, it's a great resource to use. It's just like, you gotta make sure you're using it per game. It's a free 30% almost, sometimes more.
We'll talk about that later when we get to the west side of things and those UK boys again, but sniped them with the forward 2, they'll retain it out.
Again?
No! Do it again.
Oh my god!
Yes!
Aquaman!
Yes! Guys, how many times, follow me on this, viewers, how many times do we see someone do something twice in a row and it works? And 98% of the time, if something works 2 times in a row, someone does the opposite. I had never seen someone just continue to throw the same mix, because everyone's pattern is overhead, low in that situation, or overhead, throw, or something else, right?
Yeah.
No one expects you to just keep doing it. And I respect that more than anything.
If it works, don't stop. But yeah, I mean, in all honesty, right, K-Top got finessed in the end of that game.
I mean,
right?
Absolutely.
Ramirez just chefed on him so hard with the triple 4-2-1s in the corner, cashing out on there. You can see the short hops as well.
K-Top is getting shooting starred through the galaxy right now, just lost in nebulas of confusion.
That might have sparked a fire under K-Top's backside, though, to potentially come back a lot harder in this game, because he did get fataled over there by Mr. Ramirez. And
oh no, K-Top got K-No'd. Oh no. 3 times in a row, they'll never see it coming.
But Ramirez, hopefully he's not getting a bit too easy. Hopefully he's not feeling himself a bit too much early on in the set, as K-Top is still in the winner's side. He only has to win 1 of these sets to win this week over the IKK for EU East.
Ramirez is 20% dead, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the damage. Look at the health. He just sat there. 20% of his life melted from sitting in that dot damage. What a start here for K-Top in presence of Screed, and this is relentless pressure right now. You can tell that that last round may have triggered something else.
Yeah. We'll have to see how he capitalizes on that right now. Mr. Ramirez, a very big health deficit to work with. You can tell K-Top's is trying to bait him to use the Air Banshee. Tried to catch him in the recovery frames, but Ramirez being wise to it.
Another mix-up, and wait a second. Fatal Blow can definitely kill this territory. The 369 from just a 1-1. So anything.
Oh my god, that was so smart. What the?
And these are those, you know, kind of added aggressions that I expected from him here. You know, you've already lost 3-0 to him. You have nothing. You have no one else to play or beat in this time, and it didn't kill Roy. Oh no, he still needs one more. And Jackie, wow, perfect. Without disrupt, if a third olive loop would have come, would have interrupted it. What a read.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And now Mr. Ramirez, yeah, it looks like he's trying to get into K-Top's head a bit with this as well. Definitely gonna make the comeback easier if you're able to do that.
He's definitely gotten more aggressive and more unconventional with the tactics, and that's what I like to see because we're reaching those deeper layers of competitive meta.
Yeah, no, I mean, I for sure agree. It's crazy that Mr. Ramirez couldn't quite find the punish. You know, Stan one being just a little bit too far out on the previous dash punch. Okay, plus frames.
Whoa! I don't even know what normal that was.
I think it was a Stan 3. Okay, 4-4. Yeah, I really like that decision as well. Just get yourself clean out of there. Oh no, the amplified scream does not work out. K-Top gonna get maximum reward from the situation.
No breakaway for Chris. I mean, I would have broken away right there just so that I wasn't in fatal blow, like instant fatal blow death there. Oh, he gets that down with the throw of all things. Such aggression on a lot of these reads, and get that thing out of here.
Be gone.
Sindel wins.
Mr. Ramirez has really shown that he wants this run back because he is cooking right now.
Boy, he came in swinging differently. And again, completely different than what we saw on the winner's side. Like much more aggression, much more high risk, high reward plays. And and that's kind of what you need when your back's to the wall like this.
Just unafraid to really throw out the unorthodox decisions, but they're only unorthodox from the game on paper, right?
Yeah.
But you can tell they're very situationally and player-based, like applied in neutral. I mean, max range Banshee Scream amp into Fatal Blow was so smart because he knew K-Top wasn't going to dash punch punish him, but he wanted to approach, and K-Top is a person that very much likes to be jumping, so it was going to hit him, like, no matter what. I'm pretty sure it was just that much of a solid belief it was going to work, and it paid off entirely for him. And now Mr. Ramirez, I mean, if it is coming down to him potentially getting into K-Top's head, with the way that he's playing so far, we're doing a good job of that.
Yeah, keep it up. If it's not broken, don't fix it, I should say. And I think all of this stemmed from that triple overhead, man. That was really the cherry on top for me.
Yep.
Oh no! But every time we think that nothing's about to happen, K-Top surprises us with that dash punch.
And he does. You can tell he went for that. See, you could tell the dash punch was gonna come. Committed to that down two. Down one punish on the leap in though. K-Top slightly mistiming that one. Mr. Ramirez now has the full screen to work with. Anti-air with the low star screamer and the fatal blow on wake up. It's not the first or the last time we will see this from K-Top, making it work out in his favor.
Yeah, he's been doing it all night long, and it's been working. I remember one against Ramirez that was from such a distance that it only worked if he read that he was going to pressure, and sure enough, he did at the time. And now K-Top on the board. He was able to take it over Ramirez 3-0 on the winner's side, so I'm not counting K-Top out here whatsoever. And, you know, it is Jackie.
Yeah, you know, she's just going to be churning out insane amounts of damage with every hit confirmed. A lot of plus strings to work with, a lot of mobility to work with, and just so much overwhelming pressure.
I give Ramirez a lot of credit for surviving these characters. You know, he's kind of just chipped away at both Joker and Jackie to get here and to put himself in this position, right, where he's always having to kind of be behind if he gets hit first, or even second or third or fourth. He's still going to be behind in health in that regard, right? So to see him do this, avoid a lot of damage, chip away his opponent's health bars just like this has been sensational to watch, and now he puts himself on a reset point here. And
Fight.
He is playing really. He's definitely been unleashed right now. And you can tell Kate.
I was gonna say right here is that situation where he got, you know, one hit, 20%, and now if Jackie gets the hit, it's just a different game. And the fact that he's been able to kind of weather those storms and to not lose a lot of health has been incredible.
Yeah, for sure. But I also guess it helps that he's, you know, got a loadout very catered to build, like, or rather catered to, you know, fighting against the top tiers. It's just a matter of this loadout is very good for destroying Jackie and how Jackie wants to be playing the game. Could have potentially gotten a trade combo there, but I think the hit advantage of the grenade launcher is just a little bit too high. Trip guard with the back two as well, 20% into the cheeky mix-up.
That was betting it all right there. No defensive bar left for breakaway to Ramirez. That if blocked would have been death. And so what's man.
Yeah, fatality again. Mr. Ramirez has now reset the bracket as well. I mean, he's going all out on the BM, alright? We're seeing the short hops, the stand 2 death breath from Sindel.
The fatality to tell us, guys, that this bracket is reset. It is 0-0, first to 3, winner take all this week. Ramirez woke up, something inside of him woke up. It was probably forward 4, but everything has been clicking. You know, off of every hit, he's covering every advancement really well. You talk about bringing the tool specifically for Jackie. He's shutting down the advancements in. K-Top can't, as, you know, as, how do I put this nicely? This is nothing against K-Top, but it takes away that just, oh, well, she could just leap in at any time, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It takes away that factor. And so K-Top's having to do stuff differently from the norm, just a little bit, to get in and to try to get access to that damage that he needs. Because if Ramirez gets that first hit, he gets a knockdown, he gets space, and then he jumps back. Watch, he'll jump back and then just wait a little bit, maybe put out a Banshee earlier or not, all depending on the read.
Yeah, just as you called it, you see him jump back straight away. Instant punish, weaving through the projectiles right there, as there's no active hurt box on that Air Banshee, but it confirm right here off that breakaway. Goes to the down 2 enter to try and keep it unbreakable.
Yeah, I thought that one was going to come himself. Still some good damage at the end of the day. I never feel bad if I drop a combo early and down 2. I'm like, hey, that's still some beefy damage right there.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Ramirez, you can see him just whiffing things out, you know, unafraid to also do short hops and stuff for full screen. Standing 3 again, what the heck? I wonder if that's just a messed up 3.
Good patience from Ramirez, who's been bleeding this entire time. And he finally decides to press a button, and GG's. K-Top gets the early lead after the reset of brackets, and now he's officially got the lead here in Grand Finals. Unless that doesn't kick or kill, and it does. That roundhouse surprises me sometimes, depending on the combo. Sometimes it scales really badly, sometimes it scales kind of alright.
It's like sometimes it feels like someone's throwing a pack of peanuts at you. The other times it feels like a wrecking ball.
I'm like, why did you do 1 damage to me last time, but 49 damage to me this time? I'll put the scaling, but right there was just a string into it, so no shit.
Oh my goodness.
That Banshee lingers on the screen.
It really does. It's like a million active frames right there. It cashes out on another confirm right there from the back too. Using the Air Banshee, once again controlling the space. 4 dash, crushing blow off the dash punch. Again, we've seen that like 3 from K-Top.
Yeah,
just in this set alone.
He's only done 3 of those dash punches, and they've all been crushing blows. He is a sniper elite warrior right now.
Yeah. Oh no, bit of a Hail Mary right there from Ramirez potentially.
That's exactly what he did earlier to try to steal a round. If you remember, it almost cost him the losers finals. And oh no, is it going to cost him here too? Not back to back. Is there enough for the kill? He's gonna bleed out.
Oh my God, Aquaman! I saw it coming. I felt it in my loins, but unfortunately, K-Top didn't have the foresight to see that one coming. Got caught by it.
0.6 health for Ramirez right there, doing the double overhead. I like to call it the dirty.
Okay, K-Top now fighting back. 34%, even though it did get broken. A lot of damage to work with. But Ramirez is going to be evening out this health bar with a little less work because Jackie is 950 HP.
Yeah, she's alright. She can do 950 damage.
Yeah, oh yeah, she can keep it.
This is that position that Ramirez wants, though.
For sure. Make K-Top second guess when he wants to approach. And very luckily for Mr. Ramirez as well, that Star Screamer kept him low enough to the ground that the air normal did not connect.
Oh, and there's that triple. He called that one out earlier, and so K-Top, I'm gonna throw him the triple to make him respect and make it known that he can take away the gap there. And oh no, this is all K-Top right now. Gets the dot and meets him with the normal. Perfectly timed back one there. Wow, that was threading a needle.
And the Brutal with the grenade as well, answering back with a little bit of style for himself. Yeah, that's a really cool Brutal, I'm not gonna lie. It's attached to an unholy special move, but, you know, it's actually pretty cool.
I thought I was playing Elder Scrolls for a second. I thought I was in the skeleton cave. I was freaking out for a minute. I was like, yo, do I got the pots for this? 1-0 now for K-Top. Waving the flag, surviving, I should say, in that one, because that definitely could have gone either way. Well, been good play back and forth. But, man, can we talk about those risks? I mean, it almost cost him again. Luckily, the jump kick hair flip worked, but he is 50-50 with that hair flip.
Yeah,
a lot of
it
the
feels
time
like he's unnecessarily
when it
taking the
can
risk,
kill.
right?
It is when it will kill, but do you have to take that risk? Exactly.
Yeah.
I would, but I'm also sitting here.
But
that is the beauty of a mix-up, guys. Is if it works, and then you don't even have to think about it anymore. That's what Ramirez is going for. So you also have to respect that angle of it, right?
Dedication, right there. Okay, K-Top missed the combo right there. Another one of those really goofy stand kicks, right?
Yeah,
there
he was. K-Top was pre-committed to doing leap into kick versus the jump, which would have got the full combo. I think that's what threw him off there, is that he just expected Ramirez to block.
Get some nice opening damage though on the board, as already sees that health lead, the 1-1-2 in the corner. Now Mr. Ramirez is going to back off, go back to that game plan that we've seen before. Bit of a pickup right there from K-Top. Instant challenge with the jump too.
Funky challenge too. Are we going to 50-50? No, we got him with the booty! And then the wrist.
Oh no.
So right there was like, you know, that was a big one.
I mean, I guess it's okay considering it didn't kill him and he had the breakaway. Oh my god, what a confirm off the jump kick right there. Fatal blow to close it out. Let's hope, once again, it doesn't come back to bite him, because this is a round 1 fatal blow, you know. Don't want to get too antsy with it. It's an important tool later in the game.
The second time they just had a beautiful jump kick OS2 to kind of secure a round. He did that earlier on the winner's side.
Fight.
Good kind of mental note for all of you Sindel players. Jump kick and the fatal blow looking pretty good as a nice strong potential closeout OS.
Nice air to airs as well from Ramirez. Using that jump punch to just stop Jackie on the approach with the leap. Might not get you much damage, but definitely eliminating the advantage that she's going to be getting from it.
Yeah, and if you've noticed something that he's done, and I'm seeing a lot more people do it recently, jump back 1. You just saw him do it there, even in neutral. That is so good against Jackie in general, especially if you have a character. Hers is kind of T-Rex Limmy, but if you've got... Limmy, is that even a word?
It is now.
If you've got a long-reaching jump 1, it's such a good tool to have to stop that kind of leap pressure too. Just give her something to think about. This is all Ramirez in the driver's seat. Once more.
Really, it's just not biting at all, finding the exact read that he needed.
That was disgusting, and even getting the turn, the Banshee through the dash punch.
And once again, honestly, I'm glad he's staying consistent.
That was the opposite. That was the opposite of a teabag right there. He was up bagging.
He really was.
And another fatality.
Definitely keeping it consistent. He's BMing in exactly the same ways every single time. I respect it.
This is that mental warfare. Not a lot of you might see it, but I see mental warfare going on. He's like, I'm going to fatal every time just to see if I can piss him off, right?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's actually a really valid strategy. Mm-hmm. Honestly, in Mortal Kombat, it gives you that opportunity, right? You can totally just friendship someone or fatality them or brutality them after every single game, but the finisher screen allows for so much room for just, you know, basically just trashing on your opponent.
Look at the chat right now. Everyone's upset that it keeps doing the same fatality. Look, you guys would also be in the mix. If Ramirez was playing all of you, you all would be mentally unhinged right now, and you would just be playing his game.
Yeah, I smell about 24 broken controllers already.
Wow, this really could go either way. 1-1 post-reset.
Yeah, both players obviously, you know, I was going to say looking really strong, but they're here in grand finals. That's pretty obvious at this point. And Mr. Ramirez, you know, it's nice to know that he hasn't really lost his footing. He's keeping his momentum going after this reset because he's looking so dominant in the first portion of this grand finals. But K-Top did answer back earlier. It looks like K-Top's been struggling to open up Ramirez, though, mostly.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a lot more aggression out of Ramirez, but I've been really surprised that the defense has gotten him an awful lot. Really good reads on that lead pressure. He has been, I would say, more so right than not on those grenades that have led to really good damages and, more importantly, position on the screen.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Ramirez finding an all-important hit right now. Keeps it unbreakable. 23% with the back throw.
And all of those overheads just paid off earlier. I've been waiting for that exact situation again, only because of that triple head earlier, and that was perfect play by Ramirez, guys. He did 3 overheads in that same exact situation earlier, and he knew that that's on K-Top's mind. Throw came, and now the mix continues.
And right here, K-Top just slowly whittling down that life. Burning so much is Mr. Ramirez, who tried to go for a down 2 off the plus frames from the grenade launcher. Didn't quite work out for him. K-Top has the corner positioning, has the round advantage now. Looking to try and take this game right here, post-reset.
He was looking for the scream of all screams right there, and he started a lot of rounds, almost a quarter of the way dead off of bleed damage alone, I feel like.
Yeah, honestly, but even though that damage has been applying, it's like Mr. Ramirez has only just lost the life advantage.
Screams are some good trades. Oh no, nice back of the bleed. This has all been bleed damage. He's halfway dead off of the...
Yeah, just off of burning.
Oh no. Chat, not like that. Oh no, it's getting like... He's still in this though.
Ramirez still trying to drain away K-Top's life bar as well at the same time. They're playing trade for trade at the moment. He's fighting, he's racing against the burn damage right now, Aquaman.
Like a fatal?
Yep, there it was. Nope. Yeah, pushback. Oh no.
I cannot believe it. Aside from that last hit, that was all Jackie got damage. That was not leap. It was not 9-frame mids. It was not triple hitting, hit confirmable, fast, safe, plus buttons. It was dot damage.
Yeah, and a lot of it. Just the entire floor was just fire. She literally brings life to the phrase, the floor is lava.
Also, the fatality back, that was K-Top. Fully reversing the mental warfare, right? If I died to only dot damage and then got fataled, I'd be like, okay. You know what I mean? So these guys are going at it right now.
This is like watching a very high-level slapping competition.
That's also a good adjustment though, because where Sindel's comfort zone has been full screen or 3/4 screen.
Yeah.
Doing those screams, doing those are they called Banshees in this game, or are they called Rages? I couldn't remember. Yeah, Banshees. And so he just like, you know what? If you're gonna keep doing that, I'm gonna put a dot damage down there, and it's gonna force you to move. And the thing is that there was no adjustment that round. Ramirez still stuck to his comfort zone and died in it. So now we're gonna see if that comes into play here in the counter adjustment game of K-Top putting one out, and Ramirez is gonna immediately try to move forward. Is K-Top gonna read that? Have something waiting for him. Those are the mind games, baby. Welcome to fighting games.
Yeah, so as you were saying earlier, fighting games are onions. Layers, just constant layers. And K-Top, I mean, yeah, like, you know, the adjustment was super good because Ramirez is playing in a way that K-Top plays naturally. He really likes to rush down his opponents. He likes to asphyxiate them, get up in their face, you know, make them choke, essentially. And Ramirez is playing counterproductive to that playstyle. But since K-Top's been adjusting, we're seeing just so much, you know, grenades just grenades all over the place, just flame carpets down everywhere, and whittling down Ramirez just for being patient and trying to stop an approach that will never come.
Fight.
Woo! The Sistine Chapel jump one. Let's go. K-Top making a big read early, but he's got a couple of hits early that haven't led to massive damages, right? He hasn't had those really big health leads that we were seeing earlier. You know, the 40% starts, the 60% starts.
Definitely. All right, close enough to get a punish this time with the dash punch. But yeah, now they've been a lot more even. It's like every time Ramirez is finding a hit, it's a substantial amount of damage, enough to even out the health bars once again.
That Goop, and we're seeing more forward. No, a change up from K-Top this time around. He was the aggressor in that situation. He just assumed that Ramirez was going to sit there and think for a minute, and he was like, you know what? I'm the one thinking ahead now. I half expected a fatal blow. Not today. Snipes him with the back two, and he's going to get this time around. I don't know if he quite needed to because K-Top didn't have the bar, but in that situation, sometimes you don't look fast enough, and you're like, you know what? Just in case.
Yeah, like just in case you drop or something as well, but yeah, like you said, K-Top didn't have the bar. Maybe a little bit of a relief for K-Top over here, who is going to be sitting on that fatal blow, has it for the rest of the game. Mr. Ramirez being down on that, you know, doesn't have to worry about that later, especially in the armor break situations when it's pivotal. Ramirez playing really well right now. Just chipping away at K-Top. He has the escape failed as well to work with. But the triple grenade into the overhead, burning down so much. And use that Oki wisely, just a bit more chip damage on the table. We're seeing Ramirez now playing patient, taking his turn, gets a free punish on the dash punch as well.
Not sure what that was for either, just the back one and the dash punch there. Taking a big ol' risk on block. Is punishable on block, and if he...
No sweat.
Okay, clean reversal. Dropped combo though, that is a big drop right there for Mr. Ramirez. Can't be dropping it this late into the tournament.
Tried to snipe him with the jump one there too. Luckily the roll away got him far enough, and still enough hit advantage to close that out, and there's some dot damage. Have a nice day. K-Top puts himself on tournament point here.
That he does now. Mr. Ramirez, he's been doing so well throughout this grand finals. If he wants any chance of staying alive, he has to win this round here. Force K-Top into the final game situation, but the micro adaptations we're seeing from both players have been superb so far. Clean confirmed for Mr. Ramirez.
Gorgeous pick up there, and another one. Active Banshee says, whoa, chill.
Oh my goodness. Yo, that was sick.
Beautiful anti-air conversion too. He's done a good job. Jump back one, forward four. All of this, guys, all of this jumping back, and forward four on the ground, it's all about putting something active on the screen to stop Jackie from coming in on the ground.
Oh, he held onto it!
Oh, baby.
I completely forgot he had that from earlier. Mr. Ramirez tying things up, and we are going down to a last and final game over here in Grand Finals. With nothing but just fatalities after every game. As it couldn't be more neck and neck. Yeah, this is Mortal Kombat.
This is Mortal Kombat right here. Fatalities back and forth.
Fatality.
He finally did the other fatality.
Sindel wins.
Game 5 post reset. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that throw KB got me so hype I hit my elbow on my table again. I need a counter at this point. I've been doing this like the whole evening. But final game situation, Mr. Ramirez, I mean, it's like, can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that for about half of the entirety of that last round, Ramirez is working on a flawless against the way that K-Top has been throwing down grenade launchers the entire time.
Yeah. K-Top just did not have a read on him in that last game. Ramirez was going crazy, but like I said, he was covering a lot of options with that craziness. Every time he jumped back, K-Top was at risk of going into an active jump one or an active Banshee. If it came in on the ground, he was getting forward. So he's like, crap, what do I do?
But here we are.
And honestly, he might just have to go back to a slower style of put out that dot damage and maybe play the field a little bit slower. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
Or more aggressive. It's always a 50-50. Welcome to Mortal Kombat.
And now this is where, like, you know, it's just every option you got, you pretty much should be using. Over here, Mr. Ramirez is playing ever so patiently and really, really slowly, just minimizing as much of that damage from the Harbor Flame as much as he can. Anyway, in K-Top, you know, just kind of jumping back, trying to weave it through Air Banshee.
thought he had the right read on when to come forward, not today. I wanted to see him put out the dot damage again because it had given him the slight health lead, and if he could just play that health lead, sit back and show just like he did prior, make Ramirez be the one to make the movements forward.
Maybe now is the time where those mental, you know, warfare strategies are starting to come into effect, because K-Top is looking a little bit like he has made the adaptations, but now he's looking like he is just trying to go back to conventional K-Top and just rush him down relentlessly.
It looks like he's feeling the pressure himself and that he needs to be the aggressor in the situation, right?
Okay, K-Top just waiting it out. Flawless block on the amplified Banshee Scream.
Ooh, no big risk from medium players. Wow! Even the punish gets anyway, and now another tournament point for K-Top. Wasn't safe the last time around, but look at the position he's got here. This is a completely different story.
Yeah, it definitely is. K-Top looking really on form. Had as much leeway as he needed to rush down that last round. Over here, triple grenade again. Goes into that 9-frame mid-check. Gets whiff punished by the back two. Ramirez stuffing out the dash punch. What wake-up buttons right there from K-Top. Gonna get the punish on Ramirez. Now we're seeing both players play a lot more aggressively. Just dash and hair flip.
Ramirez playing this one really safe. Okay. Back to this playstyle, which I like, And there we go. Just let him bleed. I have the health lead now.
Oh my goodness. Keeps him standing. 23% gets the knockdown off the stand for. Gonna get a confirm? No, he drops the combo.
Jesus, down the advancement. Go to the corner. Pick up
this is bad, Aquaman!
And a fatal blow, and K-Top is going to do it off a miraculous double jump sequence. Let Ramirez whiff on wake up multiple times. Have a nice day. A roundhouse to secure K-Top's victory, and boy oh boy is he chilling on top of the points leaderboard right now.
He has just been this unstoppable force, seemingly, that's just come in, you know, a bit later into the online competitive scene, but has done so much damage through his short time here, you know, returning player from the previous title as well. But honestly, he's come back in full force, and I want to also give, you know, a shout outs to really just the level of composure that he kept to be able to close that out, because Ramirez was really bringing that back, and after getting reset on and stuff, there's a lot of morale damage that stuff can do to you in a grand final setting. But overall managed to clutch it out with you know, just catching Ramirez's button, and that's all it came down to, Mr. Aquaman.
Yeah, that was almost a, you know, a complete toss-up towards the end right there. I wasn't sure who was going to get, you know, the final say. K-Top with that last adjustment right to say, you know, to get back into the set with, dare I say, lame Jackie play. I don't know if that exists, but
yeah, I mean, I get you.
Yeah, just like life in Jurassic Park, it found a way. And then to go for the full aggression at the end to close things out was absolutely sensational. And guys, thank you so much for watching here. This has been the Pro Competition, but it's also presented by PS4 Tournaments and the Open Series. Weekly competitions for all skill levels. Go check it out over there at the Competition Center, compete.playstation.com. You can sign up with your PlayStation ID. You can go in the game, boot up Mortal Kombat on your PlayStation, press your touchpad. Compete.PlayStation will come up. You can sign up right there, get into these tournaments, not just the Pro Competition, but the Open Series as well. It's open for all skill levels, guys. It doesn't matter if you're just coming for the first time or if you're a longtime veteran. Get in there, compete, get some experience. Join our community here, our competitive community. I've had a blast in it for a long time, and I know Falcon has as well. Come join us here.
Please do. And that's been all for EU East over here for the Intercontinental Combat presented by PS4. Hope you join us later on as we have EU West and another top 8 to get through later on. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app, filter by type, and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.